We're Crandall Creek, and this is how an idea becomes a song.
My approach to writing a song varies because the ideas come at the most bizarre times. Anything from being in a shower to splitting wood to waking up out of a dream. Sometimes they're influenced by dreams. It's honestly, I can't explain my writing, how it happens, because it just comes at the most bizarre times.
My approach to writing a song is different every time. It depends on how a song hits me. I might be driving, I might be going through an area that I'm unfamiliar with and something hits me and I'll think of a line or I'll think of a melody and then I'm scrambling where to write it down at. So I usually try to find something. I've taken a lunch bag before and scribbled it down.
My approach to songwriting, it kind of changes based on who I'm writing with. When I'm alone, I have a lot of notes in my phone that I'll use as different ideas. But when I'm with a band, I kind of see our songs as colors. So I will, if it sounds like it's green to me, I'll try to go through with that emotion, and then we'll kind of, I think, build around that in a way.
My approach to adding instrumentation to a song is I try to listen to the lyrics of the song and the chord progression and just more or less just kind of take it where it wants me to go with it. You can't really force a song. You have to go where the song wants you to go, more or less. And it may come from just licks that I've had in my head for a while. It may come from something totally new that I hear with the song that's being written, and I just have to take it and go with it from there.
So, do you want this to be self-reflective? Should it be, what she's going to face in the future? Or just in the moment thoughts?
The way I'm feeling off of the first verse is that this just happened.
It's an in the moment
Yeah,
thought.
and this is like, not where do I go from here, but I'm kind of
soaking it in.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a limbo of I don't want to even move on from this, but I know I'm gonna have to because you're gone.
Something left behind? Could something be left behind that's a reminder?
Yeah, you forgot your blah blah blah.
Your dog.
Okay, I feel a cold wind blowing through the door that you left open. If you never come back to me again, consider this heart broken. So you're questioning, you're kind of questioning maybe there's hope. Because you're if you never come back, then my heart will be broken. But this person seems like they're sitting there with at least 10% hope that this person will return.
Go ahead and play the solo one time. I love writing with other band members because of the ideas that they have. And it seems like there's always that one sentence or that one phrase, sometimes one word that we stumble over in a song we're really excited about. And if you're writing solo, sometimes that word can be most elusive.
The collaboration part is pretty interesting because let's just say there's a main idea going on and the story in that person's head might be heading a certain direction, but then somebody else jumps in and interjects something and it takes the story in a completely different direction. And so by the time the song is complete, it has finalized into a piece of art that was not anticipated in the beginning.
As far as collaboration with other band members, it works out pretty well. It's really fun. We get to bounce ideas off each other, and Jerry might come up with a line, and then Carly may come up with something, then I try to add some instrumentation to it, or maybe come up with a different chord progression for what somebody's already had beforehand, and it all comes together and somehow works.
Collaboratively, we just really bounce off of each other like a bouncing ball. It's super fun to be in a room while we're writing because you might even get a songwriting credit.
I have my mind jumbled.
I'll reach across, you won't be there. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, so I think you're right. That should be the last line, and I'll reach across and you won't be there. Because that should be.
It can't be the last line because it's going to rhyme.
Well, no, something else we'll have to. Oh, because it has to rhyme with tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go
What's
to
wrong
bed.
with that line where it
I'll
is?
go to bed, turn out the nothing.
I just can't rhyme.
I'll go to bed, turn
Well,
out the
I
light.
know, but I mean leaving it for 3 because 3 is over.
Okay. Consider this heartbroken.
What about I go to bed, I start to cry, wear your favorite shirt tonight, reach across, turn out the light, but you're not there to hold me tonight.
Okay, that's a little better.
Yeah, I think you ought to go. And just keep that part real tidy.
No, yeah, and then we can just go right back in the chorus.
This song, I've had that phrase or a phrase similar to "I don't love you any less, but I don't love you anymore." That's been bouncing around in my head, believe it or not, since 1982 when I was with Sweet Harmony, when I country band years back.
What drew me to this song really was Jerry had this idea on the way back from the IBMAs that he sent us. He said he had been fiddling around with it, and the line was, I don't love you anymore, but you don't love me any less. And the whole song expanded from there, and we ended up switching the phrases around, changing it into like an anti-love story, and it kind of just grew from there. But the basis of the song and the punchline was there, and that really makes it a whole lot easier to write when you have the punchline of the song.
What drew me to this particular song is Jerry threw the song out and said, you know, he thought it'd be a good idea to work on it, and it was. And the beauty about our band is we can have an idea, and if it's a good idea, you know, everybody's jumping on board. If it's not so good idea, you know, we're not afraid to say, oh, I don't think that's gonna fly. Or, you know, we can throw out anything to add to the song, and we don't get our feelings hurt if it's not a great idea. But sometimes the bad idea leads to an even better piece of the song.
And we were at our cabin where we stay in Elkins, and I was out on the porch watching the river roll past. It was raining really hard that day, and him and Carly were in here working on the song, and I hear him yell out the door. He said, Dustin, come in here and put some banjo on this and see what you can do with it. So I came in, got the banjo out and sat down, and we got to throwing the lyrics around, and next thing I knew, we had a song written.
I love that. I'll never love you any less, but you don't love me anymore.
It's
That's
catchy.
great. This is a great line.
Add that in your
And how simple is that for nobody to have ever come up with before?
Okay, that was
Yeah,
1
boy.
minute and 3
Gonna be a
seconds.
cooker.
1 minute and 3
It's
seconds.
gonna be a
kickoff could just be.
Yes, sir.
like that.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
do too. Yeah.
You don't have to get weird with it.
Yeah.
Well, not like that, Kathy. Calm down.
Come on, Kathy.
All right.
This isn't.